Hey, this is Jordan, and this video is being recorded on the afternoon of Tuesday, February 2nd, 2021. Thank you for joining me. And in this video, I'm going to discuss what has happened in silver, especially over the last day and the last couple days. So, first, this is a weekly chart of silver. I know it's hard to see the candlesticks, but you can look over to the right side where it's zoomed in over the last several months. And as I said, this is a weekly chart. You shouldn't look at weekly charts until the end of the week. However, we've had this big bearish reversal in silver. And so, unless silver before the end of the week is somehow able to stop this decline and rebound all the way back above 2850, unless something like that happens, which is an extremely low possibility at this point, the chart is going to show a nasty bearish reversal. I mean, you can just look at that candle. There's a huge tail on the top of it. I don't want to get into what specific candlesticks mean, but I mean, a big black bearish candle like that, it's just not good. It happens around major resistance, 27, 28 in that area. So this is ominous for silver right now. And I mean, you can throw egg on my face if silver is able to, somehow rally and close at 28 or 29 at the end of the week. Feel free to call me an idiot or whatever you want. But I see that as a very low chance of that happening. And so it's more likely than not, much more likely than not at this point, that silver is probably going to close the week with this nasty bearish candle. And again, I mean, if you just look back through history, you can look back at 2011, 2012. I mean, the $27, $28 level, I mean, it's very significant. I mean, that's resistance. You can look at what happened in when we peaked in the summer of 2020 last year. Silver rallied up. I mean, it traded a little bit above that area, but it wasn't really able to make, a couple weekly closes or a monthly close or two above that. So again, silver traded up above that area of resistance. It failed. And so, with that kind of failure, we have to look at, what are the downside levels? And so looking at the chart, you have the 80-week or the 400-day moving average. I mean, that's in the low $20 area. That's coming up. It's rising, so that's good. But if you look at just key levels, I mean, I've shown the horizontal lines there. I mean, right around $20 or $21. So those are potentially levels that silver could come to over the months ahead. And here we have SIL and SILJ. So SIL is at the top. Those are the larger silver stocks. SILJ, that's the Silver Juniors ETF. And what happened, aside from this wacky action over the last several days is, I mean, in not today, but yesterday, these ETFs, when they traded at their highest point, so about 51 for SIL and, 1850 or 1875 for SILJ. I mean, those levels you can see on these charts, those are very significant levels, going back even past the 2016 peaks. So the silver stocks in recent days were coming up on very significant multi-year resistance. And so for them to fail as they did, I mean, it's not totally surprising, but I mean, it just happens. It just means that they need more time, they need more backing and filling. So they failed to break out, not necessarily that negative. However, go to the right side of the chart. I mean, the zoomed in portion. Just look at those candles over the last 4 or 5 trading days. I mean, that's just wacky action. There's these huge gaps there. And then the problem with the gaps is the fact that the candles are black again. So those signal distribution. I mean, when you have a black candle, the market is closing below where it opened. So you can gap up a huge amount and the market can be way higher. However, it can trade lower than where it opens. And that's a sign of distribution. That's how you get the black candles. And again, that's a signal of selling. So we had these huge gap ups in the last several days, but the big money was basically selling into those gaps, creating distribution, and that's what happened. And so, I mean, this move that we had over 3 or 4 days, where you can see SIL went from 40 up to 51, Silge went from a low of 1350 all the way up to nearly 19. I mean, it's going to completely reverse itself. I mean, maybe by tomorrow or even the next day. So, this is not bullish action. It aligns with what I was talking about in the silver chart. Now, in addition, I mean, this is a chart that I've been following, showing my subscribers, and this is an analog chart where I'm comparing, how did junior silver stocks perform over various periods. And in black, that's the current index from the March low. It's 9 silver juniors. And, I mentioned this a couple weeks ago, and even yesterday, before today, you can see, I mean, it's right up at where the first peak was in the 2005 to 2008 move. So that's another reason I've been cautious on silver and silver stocks. I mean, even if this pop were to continue for a couple more weeks, which it's not, that would be a selling opportunity, not a buying opportunity. So I know a lot of this might be disappointing analysis to some, but look, I'm a bull on silver. It's in a primary uptrend, but it's in a correction right now, and it's a good thing that this move in silver did not go up to 35 or even higher, because if that happened, it could have created a peak where silver might have been dead money for 2 or 3 years after that peak. So it's a good thing that this fizzled out really quickly. It's going to allow the market to come back, gain a better equilibrium. It might come back and test 21, maybe even a little lower. Those are the levels I would focus on. And then from that point, at some point, maybe it's in a couple months, maybe it's later this year, silver is going to be able to bottom and revert back to the primary uptrend. But, here and now, you got to really be careful because there still could be more selling to come. That's the way I see it. You could follow all my work at TheDailyGold.com. I give away a lot of free things, so look at the description under the video. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed to my channel. And if you want to check out more of my work, go to TheDailyGold.com. Check out my premium service. And I thank you for listening and watching this, and look forward to doing another video update for you guys in the days and weeks ahead. Thank you.